Welcome back to the Daily Crisis. Today, we're breaking down the newest characters in Marvel Crisis Protocol, those being Adam Warlock, Quasar, and Moondragon. We've got a great video for you guys today because we were gifted this box by Atomic Mass Games for review. So, we'll start with my personal favorite character out of this box, Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is a 7th threat character with a 3-4-3 defensive stat line and 7 stamina on his healthy side. His first attack is a range 3 6-dice builder where, before damage is dealt, the defender loses 1 power for each wild rolled, and Warlock gains that much power. His spender is a range 4 9-dice attack that costs 5 power. It throws the size 4 character medium after the attack and has a wild Avatar of Life trigger that allows him to heal ally characters within range 4 or remove conditions based on the number of wilds rolled. His superpowers are where things really get nutty. He has a universal translation, for 2 power that's in place within range 2, giving him some solid mobility. He also has Cosmic Energy Construct, where when Adam or another ally character within range is targeted by an attack, Adam may spend 2 power to add 2 dice to the defense roll, which is amazing for keeping his allies fighting and alive. His last superpower is one of the most interesting ones I've ever seen, Chronokinesis, which allows both the attacker and defender to reroll all dice at the end of the modified dice step, for 4 power. This is basically a built-in recalibration matrix, giving you the chance to completely ignore your opponent's spikes. Adam also has Being of Immeasurable Power, which gives him a flat damage reduction of 1 and allows him to hold 2 Infinity Stones. Adam Warlock also brings some forgotten favorites in MCP, the Infinity Stones. He can hold all of them except for the Soul Gem, and that's because he has his own version called the Bonded Soul Gem. This gem causes 0 threat and allows Adam to gain power, remove conditions, or heal whenever a non-grunt character is dazed or KO'd. It also prevents Adam and ally characters within range 4 from losing power due to enemy effects. This is a free Infinity Stone, which means the smartest decision is to take it every single time you can. Adam Warlock's character design is incredibly interesting, and his team tactic cards push that even further. His first card is the Magus, and this card creates a very dynamic and aggressive play pattern. To summarize it simply, if Adam has his Bonded Soul Gem and does not have a leadership, when he is dazed, he loses the Bonded Soul Gem and gains an occult magic superpower. When Adam makes an attack action after the attack is resolved, you may choose an enemy character at any range. That character loses a power and Adam gains a power. Or Adam may instead remove a damage or a special condition. Additionally, anytime an enemy would lose power, if Adam caused the effect, the enemy suffers a damage and cannot gain power from it. This card turns Adam into an absolute killing machine. He already has sap on his builder, and now every single attack guarantees damage and power loss. If you attack twice with Adam, you're dealing 2 guaranteed damage, removing 2 power guaranteed, and gaining the ability to either remove 2 power, 2 damage, or 2 special conditions from Adam. His next team tactic card is his leadership, Cosmic Awareness. I'll keep this breakdown simple. At the start of the game, you place a shield token on this card. When you attack, defend, or dodge, you can use this leadership to switch one of your dice results with the result currently on the card. The result on the card then becomes the dice result, and the dice result switches to the card. This effect can even switch goals. On top of that, Adam can use the Infinity Stones without paying the power cost. This leadership is absolutely stellar, but it does require strong situational awareness. I can see this being used in certain builds, but I personally still think Star-Lord's leadership remains one of the best. Now let's take a look at Adam Warlock's model. Adam Warlock is harnessing some cosmic energy while flying in the air. He's a bigger model than I expected, but I really enjoyed painting him. Overall, I love the character design of Adam Warlock, and the rest of the characters in this box just keep getting better. The next character in this box is Moondragon. Moondragon has a 3-3-4 defensive stat line, and surprisingly she is the only 3-threat character in this box. Her first attack is Psionic Barrage, a range 3 4-dice mystic attack with a wild rapid fire, allowing her to make the attack again. Her spender is Dragon of the Moon, a range 2 7-dice attack that costs 3 power, and it adds your opponent's skulls to your successes, with a wild hex trigger. This spender is cheap and has an incredibly high damage ceiling. Her superpowers are very strong as well. She has a standard charge for 2 power, and also has Distracting Illusions, which for 1 power lets you choose an enemy character within range 3 that is making an attack, and make them reroll one of the attacker's dice. This is incredible for stripping away key triggers your opponent may rely on. She also has Shield Mind, which allows her or an ally character to ignore advances, pushes, or placements from mystic attacks or enemy superpowers, preventing displacement at a very high level. She also has Aikido Martial Artist, allowing her to gain blanks against all attacks from range 2, which is very strong and very similar to Shang-Chi's, just one range shorter. What makes Moondragon even more interesting is that by increasing her threat value to 4, she can equip the Mind Infinity Gem. Because Infinity Gems generate power during the power phase, this opens up some very strong play patterns. She can charge up the field, attack twice with Psionic Barrage, generate power regardless of damage, and then use the Mind Gem to advance an enemy short towards her, or her teammates, setting them up to take huge number of attacks. She also has the team tactic cards with Drax, where they can spend a cumulative total of 4 power. You choose an enemy character, move Drax Vengeance token to that character, then move Drax Medium toward that character. After that, Moondragon makes a Psionic Barrage attack against that character, and Moondragon adds skulls in the opponent's defense roll. This card has so many potential applications that it's hard to quantify all the ways it could be useful. It is a heavy power investment, but the ability to spread that cost across 2 characters makes it incredibly flexible. And Drax doesn't have a lot of ways to spend a lot of power, so I think this card will be good. Now let's take a look at Moondragon's model. Moondragon is in an energy construct and she's flying around with her cape attached to both sides. She's by far one of the most interesting models I've ever seen out of MCP. And she was an absolute blast to paint and gives artists a lot of expression with her energy construct. Last but definitely not least is Quasar. Quasar has a 3-4-4 defensive stat line, 7 stamina, and is a 4-threat character that moves medium. Her first attack is Quantum Sword, an energy range 2 5-dice attack with a Wild Pierce. She also has a really interesting spender, an energy beam 3 8-dice attack that costs a whopping 5 power. It has a Wild Incinerate and a Wild Pierce. Quasar has a wide array of interesting superpowers. She has the standard charge for 2 power, and her most interesting ability is Quantum Bands, where you choose an enemy within range 2, roll 4 dice, and for each crit, wild, and hit, the enemy loses 1 power. If they cannot lose power, they instead suffer damage. This makes Quantum Bands both an excellent opener and a strong closing effect. She also has Force Field, where for 2 power she can increase her physical or energy defense by 2. Her final superpower is Kree Titan Hybrid Physiology, which allows her, after taking damage from an enemy effect, to spend a power to remove a damage or special condition. Finally, we have a fun team tactic card where Moondragon or Phyla Lavelle can each spend a power to play the card. For the round, Heather Douglas and Phyla Lavelle cannot be advanced, thrown, or placed by enemy effects, and they reduce the cost of their superpowers to a minimum of 1. This box is a great starting point for any of the Guardians of the Galaxy lovers and is a good access to all the Infinity Stones. This box retails for $59.99 USD, which comes out to around $20 per mini. It's a decent deal and you get some really fun, well-designed characters. I'll have it linked in the description below on the Asmodee website. Once again, a big shout out to the Atomic Mass Games and Asmodee team for providing me this box to review and show off to you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like the format of this video and would like to see more. And I'll see you guys in the next one.